What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. My predictions for WrestleMania 41 after the Royal Rumble. Here's the thing. We have a lot of predictions that we could probably give away with how the Royal Rumble went, how there's been rumored matches, what I think is going to go on. There is a lot here. I'm trying to think how many I have, how many kind of matches. There's a lot of matches. I don't really even know, but let's just get kind of the gist of it. We're going to start off with all the kind of championship matches first. I have below what the order is, so if you see me just do this, you know I'm kind of looking at it. We're going to talk about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is obviously who's going to win the Elimination Chamber is going to go against him. We have a lot of different options. I think there could be, additions to that as well. There's so many question marks, and I think we all know that there's so many question marks going on with Cody Rhodes. Maybe John Cena, maybe Randy Orton. There's a lot of whatever. Coming off of this Elimination Chamber, in my gut, it tells me to pick CM Punk. I don't know why, but I feel like John Cena's route to 17 is going to be a little bit more hard, where it's going to be him winning single matches. I have a video that I want to make in the future that you're going to see later on about my prediction for him winning King of the Ring. I think more than likely we could see John Cena winning himself up, building back his confidence to then win King of the Ring and go against whoever at SummerSlam. Here's the thing. I'm going to say that John Cena goes against Cody Rhodes, though. I think this is the rumor match. This is what people probably want. I could see John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber, but at the same time, my gut says it's not going to happen. But I'm going off rumors, kind of, and I'm going off of what I think is probably where we're leading to, because I also want to say truthfully, I think John Cena and Logan Paul could almost happen at WrestleMania. I think it makes sense for John Cena's first win to be against Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Just me being truthful. Does it happen, though? We'll have to see. I'll tell you that. That's plain and simple. We'll have to see. Up next, we're going to talk about a match that's already been kind of made, but I technically made this before the Raw on the Raw recently that came out. It's Gunther versus Jey Uso. This is already a confirmed match. There's nothing else to really say. This is a confirmed match that's happening. Crazy to say this is happening. Nothing else to really say. I'm very happy that this is a match. I wish you didn't. And let's be honest here. Everyone would be hyped a little more about this match if you didn't do it on Saturday night's main event. That's your only thing that I think sucked about it. I think Jey Uso was perfect. I think you go against Gunther is great. Shouldn't have done it on Saturday night's main event. Up next, we're going to talk about Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea is who I think is the Elimination Chamber winner, and I think you could have gone a different ways. I thought Alexa Bliss made a lot of sense, but now for her being SmackDown, don't see it. I think, truthfully, I think Bianca Belair makes a lot of sense, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to go the Jade way. I want to say that I think Liv Morgan's going to win. But here's the thing. I think Liv Morgan winning is going to be good because us Io Sky fans are going to be happy because I am predicting that we're going to get Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. I see the vision. Especially after that Raw. I saw that all these predictions are before the Raw, but a lot of them hopefully didn't really change. But a lot of them make a ton sense now after that Raw. Rhea Ripley is going to go against Io Sky 3 weeks from Raw. Why would they announce it? Why would they announce that Io Sky is going to go against and get a title shot on a Raw? On a Raw, because I see the vision. I see the Elimination Chamber winner, Liv Morgan, winning. And Liv Morgan challenging Rhea Ripley. Oh, we're so pressed. Oh, we're so mad. Liv Morgan goes to go after Rhea Ripley in the Io Sky match and cost Io Sky the match. And guess what? Adam Pearce isn't happy. So they say, Liv Morgan, you screwed yourself. Io Sky is going to WrestleMania against you three. We got beef with Io Sky and Liv Morgan. We have beef with Io and Rhea. It is a way to do a triple threat at WrestleMania that I like. You still have Liv Morgan going against Rhea Ripley, but you insert Io Sky, who everyone wanted to win at Royal Rumble. Here's the thing also that I have to say. I could see this being a way you protect Rhea Ripley. I'm starting to think that Rhea could be the one that doesn't get pinned in this situation, and Io pins Liv to win it. And you do that, you get Io to have the chip, you put it under her belt, literally, and then you can have maybe Io lose it to Rhea sooner rather than later, and then you kind of have a feud from there on. I mean, I'm telling you, I really see the vision. Up next, this one's going to be confirmed here soon. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I kind of already said it. I think this is where we're going. I think this is what's going to happen. I think Charlotte Flair is going to win. Truthfully, sucks. I think that's what we're going to happen. And what's going to happen, what we're going to see. We'll see about that one. Up next, we have Braun Breaker. Now, this one was a little hard. A lot of teases with this championship. And now it's making me think maybe there is a ladder match that happens at WrestleMania for this title instead of the U.S. title. You have Braun Breaker. AJ Styles kind of in the mix. You have Penta kind of in the mix. You have Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser kind of in the mix. What happens? Who goes for the title? Who does what? Ilya Dragunov rumored to maybe be in the mix. I think that the match you still have to give the WrestleMania moment is Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. Now, does this kind of make Saturday night's main event a glorified house show? Yes. Do you so happen Braun Breaker versus Sheamus happen? Potentially Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman can happen depending on how you see it with what's happened at Royal Rumble. A lot of question marks. But I have to say, I think Braun Breaker versus Sheamus more than likely is going to happen at WrestleMania because I think they need to give Sheamus that moment. That's the finish of the story for WrestleMania for Sheamus. Maybe they do it at SummerSlam instead. I see Braun Breaker versus Sheamus happening, though. Could happen at SummerSlam. Up next, I'm trying to think of what's next. Oh, U.S. title. The U.S. title. Now, originally, I had someone kind of holding this title going against somebody. We'll talk about that later. I think Shinsuke holds it till WrestleMania. And I think about Shinsuke's character. How can they keep Shinsuke without hurting him? More than likely, in my opinion, it's looking like it's going to be some way a triple threat, a fatal four-way, a ladder match. And we're going to the ladder match. U.S. title ladder match against Carmelo, Trick, which I'm kind of now realizing I probably should not have put Trick Williams on here because Trick Williams is 110,000, 1,000,000% not getting to the main roster in time for WrestleMania, huh? I really think they're doing Trick Obafemi again at Stand and Deliver. We'll have to see. I would put Braun Strowman over Trick. Let's just say that. I think this is the guys. I think this is who we have. I think Jimmy Uso finds his way into WrestleMania because, let's be honest here, Jey Uso is now going against the main title. There's no way that all the predictions of Jey and Jimmy going against, New Day, that's not happening no more. We're going to throw Jimmy in this U.S. title thing. And you know who I think is going to win it probably? Jimmy Uso. I think this is the way that you give Jimmy the title and you give someone that's so over, or even Carmelo Hayes, and you don't hurt Andrade. Now, I can see Braun Strowman entering the mix other than, Trick. I could see Penta maybe entering the mix over Santos, Damian Priest, whatever it might be. I think this is where we're at because this makes sense for the SmackDown people. Up next, I think we're at the women's side, which we are at the women's side. We're going to talk about the IC title. Now, I could see, first off, Lara Valkyrie taking a pin for Bayley, insane. I have a theory that we're going to see at WrestleMania, Lyra, Bayley, Roxanne, and who's the other one? I keep thinking. Was it Becky? I keep thinking Becky Lynch, but it's not Becky Lynch in that four. Who's the fourth one? I don't know. I'm blanking out on the fourth one. But that's who I keep thinking that we're going to have. We're going to have something. We're not doing that today. I'm going with what I've been saying, which is Lyra Valkyrie versus Becky Lynch. makes the most sense to have like a real good storyline behind this, and also potentially having, Becky Lynch winning this title. That would be big, and I think it would be big time, Bex, you could say, for Lyra Valkyria to, either lose to a Becky Lynch and have Becky Lynch hold that title to mean something, or to get the win on Becky Lynch, because she got it in NXT. It would be really nice. I think it's a good way to kind of have this title match and to really have like some meaning towards this title. U.S. title is really interesting. I know who it was. It was Jordan Grace, but I don't think that's going to happen. U.S. title is really interesting. After the Royal Rumble, I think they're going to go Chelsea Green versus Piper Niven. Do I want this to happen? I kind of want instead Chelsea Green versus Jordan Grace for the U.S. title and push her to the main roster, but it looks like they might go NXT with the eliminations she had at the Royal Rumble. But I think that's a better way to kind of push this women's division, because the women's division on WWE television, NXT in particular, has been so strong. You don't need to add to that. What you want to add to is SmackDown and Raw, who's kind of had, let's just say, some question marks in the women's division. So this is where I'm kind of confused at, is do I put her in a WrestleMania match for here? Is it just a feud? I think Jordan Grace is ready. Truthfully think Jordan Grace is ready. But I could see her going to NXT first. Up next, we're going to go to one of the tag team divisions, because I don't think the Raw tag team right now has a lot of WrestleMania. Let me say this. I think I have 19 matches on here. Not all 19 are going to be able to be a thing. Like, unless they make, like, maybe, I could see 8 and 8. That makes a lot of sense. Not all 19. So I could really see the Raw tag team titles falling off, because there's just nothing that's going on, in my opinion. SmackDown has a really good kind of storyline with DIY, Pretty Deadly, MCMG, and Street Profits. I think somehow, some way, we're going to get like a 4-way tag match between these guys. I think it makes a lot of sense, but I want a street fight. I don't want just some regular tag match. I want something that's bloody, brutal, killer, steals the show. Because that's what this kind of feuds have been so far, with somehow Pretty Deadly winning. That's what I want. Up next, we have the women's side. And I actually am starting to think that the women's tag titles are probably going to get off, because I think Metaphor is going to win it here soon. And I think they take it off. But I think Candice LeRae and Nia Jax have a really good match. But this isn't a match that happens at WrestleMania. So let's just maybe skip this. Because I keep thinking, is it Raquel and Liv versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae? Is it something else happening? I just can't see a WrestleMania match for this women's tag titles with everything else on this card. So I'm going to say no right now, but this is a prediction I somewhat have. Let's just say that. Up next, which I think is now officially non-title matches. And let's start off with, I'm going to guess the night 2 main event. That is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I think this is where we're going. Let me say this. I have a prediction that I have been saying nonstop for a while now, of CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. Or no, Seth Rollins winning the Royal Rumble. CM Punk gets mad, uses the favor to go and get in the match. Or no, sorry. Roman wins the Rumble, gets in the match. CM Punk uses the favor to go against, Cody. And Seth Rollins somehow gets himself in this. Now with that Royal Rumble elimination, it really looks like a triple threat's happening. Now, does it involve a title, or do we leave Cody alone? That's why I want to say Cody's interesting, because I don't think John Cena is the right way to go. I think John Cena should be a little bit of a wait. I think John Cena getting a title match right now, great. Should be a little bit. It should be. I think John Cena needs a good feud for WrestleMania. And in my opinion, who could that feud be? Randy makes a lot of sense. Randy doesn't have anything right now. Randy hasn't shown up. Maybe it is Randy. Whoa. This is just happening in my head right now. Maybe it's Randy and John Cena. Seth or Punk win the chamber. Roman gets mad because now let's talk about what I'm thinking in my head. I have a theory that maybe Seth Rollins wins the chamber. He wins the chamber. Roman says, I would have won the chamber if he didn't get me injured. Get me in that match. He gets himself inserted into the Cody match. Cody's pissed about that because he's like, why did Roman Reigns just get a title shot without doing anything? But he's down for the fight. Seth gets the title shot. Punk says, I'm going to use my favor, and I also want into this match. And then you have a fatal four-way for that title. Is that an overkill? Is that truthfully an overkill? Because what does a triple threat do here? Just a grudge match between these guys? They just hate each other? Like, that's, I understand, but like, Punk should be going after a title. Roman shouldn't be caring about Seth and Punk. Well, Seth, understandable. Punk, I think the way we go is with the championship. That is a money match. You save Cody if you want to give Punk the championship too. You can have Punk, pin Seth, pin Roman, whatever it might be. That's a money match. That's a good match. And I think that should be the main event. I also want to say I think Punk and Cody's a big possibility. So maybe it's just Roman and Seth. And this is the longest part of this video because it's the one part that I think matters the most. How are you going to book Roman Reigns in this? That's the biggest question. I think overall, and honestly, being truthful, I could see Drew get thrown into here. Now, with all the controversies that happened with Drew, supposedly today they're considering, making Drew have a bigger match at WrestleMania. This could be the match. I could see this being a big fatal four-way that happens. Up next, you see them. I don't see that. I think Drew McIntyre, rumor has it, is supposed to go against Damian Priest, and that's why he went to SmackDown. I think they're going to throw in LA Knight because of all the drama that happened backstage. Now, are they going to claim that it's a work? Probably. But I'm telling you right now, I think LA Knight's going to get thrown into the mix and they're going to have a three-way grudge fight. Damian Priest and LA Knight's already had their little trouble. I think Damian Priest got out because of LA Knight, if I'm not mistaken, at the Royal Rumble. I think this is a way that you have this triple threat between the three to be like SmackDown's like biggest heads going against each other because they're just pissed off at each other and it's just a big war fight that happens. Now, what do they get out of it? Feels like just a win is a win. Whatever, it's a good match still. But I had LA Knight going for the U.S. title, but then I just said, I think he goes against Jacob Fatu, but I have him losing or not doing that anymore. And to put Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight, because supposedly Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest is the match they want, which is insane to say after Drew just had a good 2024. I'm going Drew, Damian, LA Knight. Up next, I'm trying to think of what I have. I know what I have. Somehow, some way, Kevin Owens is going to have a match here. Now, the thing that I don't understand is who's his opponent? He just killed Sami Zayn. He's killed Randy Orton. And I don't know what's happening for Randy Orton, especially he didn't come back at the Royal Rumble. What's going on? Are we going to have no Randy Orton this WrestleMania and he's going to come back later on? I could see that more than likely. I'm just going to say it. I could see a way where they try and do Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Or maybe they just write off Sami for WrestleMania. Like how I said with Randy Orton. Maybe Sami's out for a while. Maybe it's Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Maybe Randy Orton's pissed at Sami Zayn as well. Somehow, some way, I think that they're going to have like a triple threat match. Because it feels like all these matches that Randy has with either titles or with something else, somehow he's in a triple threat, not a one-on-one at a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble, for example, when that fatal four-way happened. I don't know what it could be, but it's truthfully feeling like Randy and KO is going to happen. Maybe that's how they write off Sami, is by Kevin Owens, so they continue that after WrestleMania. I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like more than likely it's Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. That's the match that I think a lot of people would rather see than Sami and Kevin again. Up next, with Alexa Bliss now going to SmackDown, I think it's official. We're going to get Judgment Day versus Wyatt Six. It makes a ton of sense to have the Wyatt Six have 2 girls, 3 guys, 4 guys, actually, I just realized. Oh my God, 4 guys. It's literally the perfect number. They're going to have this. This is damn near official, it feels like. 100%. Up next, we have Penta versus Rey Mysterio. I think Penta could go for the IC title, but I think everyone's going to get Penta having a good feud here and having just a luchador off. And I think that Royal Rumble beginning was a little hint at it, just how Jay and Jimmy had their kind of match. This was a little hint at it. And I am expecting them to have a great match at WrestleMania. And this is going to cement Penta as a real singles player to really push him to get a title. And then we could also see, Rey Fenix come later on. They have a tag match, but also just go crazy. They just go crazy. Up next, I'm going a little fast because it's a little late. Roxanne Perez versus Bayley, I think, is more than likely going to happen. Now, does it happen at WrestleMania or Stand and Deliver? I think WrestleMania now, more than likely, because it looks like Roxanne Perez and Bayley are Raw superstars, and I could see like a stipulation happening to really up the ante for this. And I think this is the passing of the torch moment where Roxanne Perez beats Bayley and is really insane. But also, I could see Roxanne Perez potentially and Bayley being in a mid-card feud and winning a title. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. We'll have to see. I likely see these two going against each other some way, some form at WrestleMania. My voice is going out, kind of, if you can't tell. Up next, Solo Sikoa is going to lose whatever championship opportunity he's going to get with, Cody Rhodes. We're going to have Solo, Jacob Fatu. That's my prediction for WrestleMania. I think that's what is happening more than likely. I think Jacob Fatu is going to control this bloodline and say, I am the new bloodline leader. You are not. Kick Solo Sikoa out, and Jacob Fatu is going to run with it. And I think he's going to get singles gold. I think that's what's going to make Jacob Fatu seem more of a threat than Solo Sikoa. Singles gold is going to happen. It's a U.S. title. Is it WWE Championship? I think more than likely U.S. title. But Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, I don't think it's too early. I think it's time to have that. Up next, we're going to have a triple threat. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. Jade Cargill comes back, finds out it's Naomi. Bianca Belair is also pissed at Naomi because she didn't know about it. And Jade Cargill's pissed at Bianca for allowing Naomi to do this. It's a good way where you have the triple threat before Jade Cargill, Bianca. If you don't trust Jade as now, especially as she's coming back from injury, this is the perfect way you do it. I think this is where we're going because it's going to allow Jade Cargill to, have those little mistakes and it'll be fine. And this is a good 3-way to go against a kind of interesting, not to go against each other, but to really cement a story that's happened for a year now. Up next, last but certainly not least, and this is the last of the matches, we got to have Logan Paul in here. He has to go against somebody. I thought maybe Bad Bunny, thought some others. I realized Braun Strowman's not on this card, so he would probably be in the U.S. title. I'm going AJ Styles. Both on Raw, both officially on Raw. Both are insane. This is a great feud for Logan Paul. If Logan Paul would beat AJ Styles too, oh my God. This would cement Logan Paul winning. What is it called? This would cement Logan Paul as like a wrestler. Beating AJ Styles is like killing the Godfather. Okay? I think this is where we're heading towards if we're not getting Logan Paul versus John Cena. Maybe Logan Paul's in the U.S. title match. I don't know. Maybe it's Logan Paul and his brother versus somebody. Maybe Logan Paul and Jake Paul versus New Day. People would cheer for the New Day. That's not happening. I don't know. It's hard to say where AJ Styles is going other than the IC title. So I have him going against Logan Paul. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. My voice is going out. Goodbye.